right. Hey, guys. Uh, they're all hard to come by. I told you guys this year it was certainly going to be that way. This is no different. A great Temple team, truly Temple tough. But proud of our guys. Way to go out there and get a conference win. It starts really kudos to our defense going out and getting 4 turnovers. Makes all the difference in the world. I think that's part of it. I was proud of the way they played and stepped up. You know, Rodney Owens with 2 big picks, almost had that third at the end. Wonderful job by him. Offensively, 3 turnovers by us. And we certainly can't do that. Like I told you guys, it's going to be hard for us to compete week in and week out with that. I think most of the game, if you guys can recall, that third quarter, it came down to 7 plays. And in that 7-play deal, our defense got 2 turnovers and we had 2 scores. So that was kind of the turning point in the game. But we got to continue to do a better job. We got a lot to work on. But again, at the end of the day, I'm proud of our guys' efforts.
Steven, first question.
Hey, Ryan, congrats on the victory.
Thank you, Steven.
How big is it for the team for the kind of shoe to be on the other foot? It was kind of the defense that needed to bail out the offense, which you guys, basically kind of had to get out your own way. So how big was that to kind of see the defense perform the way they did today?
Well, I think it's great. I think it's going to take offense, defense, special teams. I mean, there's going to be games where our special teams is going to have to be the answer. That's just the way this season's going to be. That was great to see the defense come out. Obviously, they still have a lot to correct, right? I mean, we still gave up too many passing yards and the big plays. But I was proud, right? You get 4 turnovers. I can live with the other stats as long as we come away with the win. So it was great. It was much needed. I think it's a boost of energy. I know they've always believed in our coaching staff. They gave our players a little bit more to believe into, which is great. We need that confidence. I was excited. Like I told you guys, it's going to take everybody on our roster, throughout this entire season to keep battling away, and today proved that as well.
Evan?
Ryan, that first half was rough on your offense, obviously, but then the second half, Calvin kind of came through, Taj came through. What does this do for this young offensive receiving core where guys can just come in and just kind of shake it off and get back to going a little bit?
Yeah, Evan, I think we're going to continue to see growing pains with this offense, right? Last week, hey, wow, the offense is great. They can't be stopped. And then this week you saw some of the growing pains, right? We had some miscommunication on routes, route depths of that nature. Like we kept saying, we were this close on some of those deep passes in the first half, right? I mean, we were literally inches away. I'm not going to play the game of inches and, horseshoes or hand grenades, but we were very close. We felt like we had the chance, but I think that helps the confidence that we didn't just totally abandon, try to take shots and throw to those guys. Obviously, Calvin Ridley continues to step up and play at a high level. And, those young guys, we're going to continue to get better. And that's the nice thing is the approach that they'll be able to take is on an ascending level for sure.
On that note, too, Calvin had an excellent day. He set a career high again. These last 2 games, what can you say about just his growth and not just, emerging as a playmaker, but also taking the lead with this receiving core?
Yeah, he has to be the leader. Not only is he one of our leaders in the receiving room, but he's becoming one of our leaders on the offense. I'm just proud of his efforts. He brings it every single day. And part of it, like I've talked about, right, when you're a walk-on that comes and you're local and to do what he did and continue to put up the numbers he is, and it shows his work ethic. And you guys that know him, he's a fantastic young man as well. So it's great to have him. Again, I continue to think he's going to only get better.
Jacob?
First off, Coach, congrats on being above 500 as a coach at Memphis. And
I was 0-1 for way too long.
Yeah, it must be nice. But the question is, this is the 3rd time that the Tigers have just not performed very well in the first half. And in the second half, totally different team. What changes over the course of halftime for you guys? And are you guys a second half team?
I'd like to be a 4-quarter team. Look, we're going to continue to evaluate things as a staff to see ways we can start faster. I kind of go back, right? The opening drive, we almost had a chance to get the ball back again as a defense, right? That, we deferred. We're one of those teams we prefer to defer most of the kickoffs, right? So we have a chance to maybe steal possession like we did at halftime, right before the half, and then get the ball back. So that may be part of it. But again, we're close, and we just got to find ways to finish drives and come away with it. So you're right. We've got to find better ways to start fast. I don't want to be known as just a second half football team. Yes, I want to be able to finish out games for sure. But then again, it starts with me. I got to evaluate the way I'm doing things. Our staff will have those discussions tomorrow to make sure we're putting our guys in the best position.
Thank you, Coach.
Terry?
Hey, coach, so for the second year, it looked like Calvin Austin was down on a review play, got overturned. And in the second half, Sean Dykes looked like he caught the ball, but they ruled it out. What is going to take for Memphis to win some of these review plays, man?
Yeah, so I guess the hashtag Calvin caught it will be the next hashtag for the next 365 days. We've got great officials in our conference, so that's part of it. Again, I always say I don't want to put us in the situation where we're having to judge one player or the other. We've got to execute. So Terry, that those aren't those things. But yeah, there's a hashtag Calvin caught it, hashtag Sean caught it. But at the end of the day, we've got to find ways where we're not sitting there saying, "Man, what if that one play? What if that?" So, but you're right. We're certainly putting a lot on the edge with some of those close calls.
Clayton?
Coach, in recent years, there's not a lot that this Memphis Tigers team hasn't done. But in back-to-back weeks, you beat UCF, and now you did something that, last year couldn't do, which, granted, hashtag Joey caught it, but, be able to take down Temple. I mean, what kind of lift does this provide for your team after, a tough start to the season on a lot of fronts?
Yeah, I mean, look, we know we're going to face adversity. Clayton, we have all season, we have all off season. It's part of the bumps in the road that are occurring with all over our country, but in college football, we're seeing the ups and downs, and we've certainly seen them in our football program. And I think our guys, they take pride in every single game. It doesn't matter who we're playing, but obviously grateful for the opportunity to beat a wonderful Temple team. I mean, Temple's going to win a lot of games again this year. But I think our guys are excited. They know we got to continue to work. It's not like we're sitting here saying we got the answers. I mean, I don't think anybody was satisfied. Yeah, we won the UCF game. Great job. Next game. Okay, awesome. We beat a great Temple team. Let's enjoy this thing for the next 24 hours. But, man, we know what's at stake next, right? We got to go up to Cincinnati, play a wonderful Cincinnati opponent. So our guys – I want them to enjoy every win because I don't want to get to the point where they're going to be hard. I'm telling you, guys, I sit here and tell you guys these Zoom things. Every game is going to be tooth and nail. We got to fight, and we got to bring it every week at practice in order to get to where we want to be. And this week will be no different. But Clayton, look, am I going to sit here and say that being Temple is something that obviously weren't able to do last year? It's another notch on our belt, but we've got a lot more notches we need to keep working on 1 week at a time.
Stephen?
Ryan, I guess, what can you just say about Rodney Owens? I think he was the kind of a guy that was a little under the radar in the preseason, but really, honestly, since Arkansas State, it doesn't seem like he's really taken a step back at all. So how big was he today for you all?
Yeah, what can I say about Rodney Owens? Let me start with the type of young man he is. Rodney's a guy that I've known now for 5 years, who I recruited out of high school. If I get him to stop looking at his cell phone and listen to me complimenting him. Rodney's a great young man. At least when I compliment the guys, I want at least let them hear me, because I think all I do is cheer their tail. Rodney's a great guy. I mean, anybody knows him. He is smart. Really back there where we're able to use him all over the field, right at safety, at nickel, our Tiger place. I mean, he is our quarterback of our defense, and I've kind of mentioned some about Quindell Johnson being that guy, but Rodney's all over the field. I mean, he can come up and fill the run. He can be back. You guys always, I mean, darn near 3 interceptions today. Just so proud of him, his growth. He started his college career somewhere where he had a change of mind, and he's a guy that I've always had a wonderful relationship with. I love the young man. He's a leader. He works hard at it. He just got done talking to the team, and the very first thing he said to them, instead of and pointing the finger at himself about how well he did, he said, "We've got to continue to work." And by saying that, I know we got the type of right leaders in our program. And so I think the world of Rodney, he's going to continue to get recognition, not only in our football program, but I think the conference and the country is going to start to recognize his name.
All right, we got 2 more. Raven?
All right, Coach. So throughout your time, you've been really big on ball security, making sure that you guys maintain possessions. So in seeing 2 first half turnovers and then a turnover again in the second half, what were you telling your team as this was going on?
Yeah. There were some not so kind words about owning the football, and I mean that wholeheartedly. You guys see this. college football games are coming down, and this year more so than ever, to ball security. It truly is, right? You can say, well, last week, it really is. I mean, if we own the football, I think it's truly a different football game. And I'm sure that, credit to their coaches as well. I'm sure they're telling the exact same thing, right? The Temple staff's going to go back and say, if we don't turn the ball over, it's a different ball game. And that's the reality of this. And we've got to find ways as an offense. And again, it starts with me. Am I doing enough in practice to preach it? Are we working hard enough at stripping the ball out, making sure we're making the right decisions on our read keys? Again, we're going to keep pushing it, Raven, and it's something that we've got to do a better job of. And that is one thing that I'm very displeased with.
Terry, last question.
Hey, coach, you had another solid performance by your offensive line. I even saw you coaching them up after the first touchdown, giving some more pointers. How can this line even get even better, even more consistent over the season?
Yeah, Terry, I thought they played an okay game. Look, I always said this. I think Temple has at least 3 all-conference type defensive linemen. They did a good job keeping a pretty solid pocket for Brady. We've got to continue to do it, right? We're going to see teams that continue to blitz. We had too many tackle for losses. So the offensive line's got to do a better job playing with our eyes up on some of that movement stuff. But like I've said, and I mentioned this to you guys on Tuesday, I think it's one of those units that we're going to see as the season goes on, that offensive line, as they gel and continue to play more snaps together, are going to continue to get better and better and better. Plus, those heavy guys start to like this cooler weather, so maybe they'll be able to play a little bit faster.
Thanks, coach.
Thank you, guys. Y'all have a great day.